Hi everyone. My name is Judy Tinkin, and I'd like to thank you all, everyone here, for taking the time to listen to me speak about a very pressing issue here in Ulster County. I've been working very hard, closely as an advocate in the Tri-State Family Court Reform, Family Court and CPS Reform in the New York chapter. I have seen firsthand hundreds of children and parents being abused by a system that has a duty to protect our children as mandated reporters. I'm appalled to hear about these issues over and over again, yet not see any high position doing anything to protect our children. I have watched family court judges and child protective workers do nothing to protect our children right here in Ulster County. I have contacted several officials who have had the authority to do something about the abuse, but yet no one does nothing in regards to it. We need change yesterday. Today, as many parents and children are living, lives are being destroyed. In some cases, the facts are being presented and being ignored. In other cases, lies are being collected and being taken as facts without proof, destroying families and sending our children into the hands of abusers. I came here and I spoke in August this year at this building at a public and health and safety meeting before the legislative committee. Since that time, I am standing here yet again because our children and families are still being abused. I have heard hundreds of stories along with chapter leader Francesca Amato Banfield. I was introduced to Francesca by a highly respected friend of mine who connected us because they knew we were dealing with the very similar horrifying family court and child protective abuse. The system was failing to protect her son Christian from his father that is highly abusive, an addict with a criminal record and 4 DWIs. The father has also been arrested and has several probation violations. The family court judge, Mizell, insists that she drops off her son every weekend unsupervised by each and every time, or she will be arrested by the judge herself and put in jail for trying to protect her son.
Talk on your issue, not personalities, please.
Does that mean that I can't include names?
That's correct.
Also, the child's lawyer fails to protect the child. I have seen firsthand the amazing, loving, protective mom that Francesca is to her son. I have seen her present facts to Ulster County Family Court of this man's background, and yet nothing is done by the people that are mandated to do so. I have as well watched her stand up for hundreds of parents and children that are being abused every day because the system is failing to do so. We are here together tonight to ask you to please take action before our children and another child dies in this county at the hands of neglect. Family court and child protective services are not protecting children. In fact, they are putting our children right in the hands of abuse. I'm going to leave you with some copies of 11-year drawn-out story that is full of abuse from a system that had the position to protect myself and my children. We have had enough. We are not going to shut up till something is done for the best interests of families and children. And I'd just like to leave a few copies of what I spoke about the last time I was here in August. And so far, I haven't heard anything back in regards to anything being done after speaking about my story of all the abuse and neglect that was done to my children here in this county by Ulster County Family Court judges and Ulster County CPS.
Do you have material that we can pass out?
I have 10 copies, sir.
Okay, we will get it passed out to everybody.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Francesca Amato.
Hi, I'm Francesca Amato Banfield, and last year in August, I became a chapter leader for a coalition called the Tri-State Coalition for Family Court and CPS Reform, the New York chapter. We're in Connecticut and we're in New Jersey as well. And there's a video which will show you that you guys can refer to. It's a little over an hour to give you a little more information because I know we don't have that much time. excuse me a second. So I'm the Tri-State Coalition leader for Ulster County, and we have a huge and ignored giant elephant in the room. As I look in this room, as I know the victims, I see represented here victims of Ulster County Family Court abuses by judges. I am privy to hundreds of cases in Ulster County that I look at practically daily with tears in my eyes, day in and day out, because victims call me morning, noon, and night now. And from all different counties, but specifically my target area is here. Unbelievable how this is getting overlooked. And we are demanding transparency, accountability for these courtrooms. I'm informing the people today that we are growing in leaps and bounds because of the neglectful family court and CPS system. We have discovered that victims of family abuse are far and wide. Therefore, we are appointing a county chapter leader in every county in New York. We are not thinking inside the box because the box is not working. We don't care about theories. Judicial immunity or not, we will be suing numerous judges, attorneys, litigants, clerks that abuse power, steal taxpayers' money, have innocent parents use all their assets, lose work, and the like. We are in process now of a huge federal lawsuit. It's being done in New Jersey with the New Jersey Tri-State Coalition for Family Court Reform and already has been accepted federally. Primarily, this is a revolution of parents who won't take it anymore. We didn't get the help we need, so we're taking it. It is being, we will not allow our God-given parental rights to be court bullied any longer. Most of you did not even have, most of us, did not even have due process. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of laws. Some of these people, myself, and the hundreds that we work with, have had their children taken based on false allegations or hearsay, or old past behavior that has proven to be no longer existing. Chapter 11, that due process is a term with a precise technical import going back to the Magna Carta. It means that a person's life, liberty, or property can't be taken away from them except by judgment of his peers pursuant to a fair trial. I will prove now how God not only gave us these rights, but it is enforced in our laws here in America. Parental rights are unalienable and come from God, the Declaration of our Independence. They are among the retained rights of the people, 9th Amendment. Parental rights do not come from the 14th Amendment. The Declaration of Independence does not delegate powers to federal courts. It is the federal Constitution which delegates powers to the federal courts. It is for state legislators and candidates for that office to argue that the state has no power to interfere with parents' God-given authority over the rearing of their children and to act accordingly. The people need to elect state legislators who understand that the state may not properly infringe God-given parental rights. I got mocked in court because I spoke of protecting my son and it was my God-given right. I got mocked in court. He did a song and dance, the attorney. The federal Constitution does not authorize judges to come up with their own list of what rights people have for and use their list to overturn state statutes. The federal Constitution does not mention parental rights. Such cases do not arise under the Constitution, so federal courts have no judicial power over such cases. So therefore, judicial immunity or no judicial immunity, whichever way you interpret it, we all know it's a crime to allow anyone, despite their position, I'm wrapping it right now, despite their position, especially a judge, who should be held at a higher accountability to be immune from the crimes of decisions that are endangering the welfare and safety of our children. And I'm actually speaking.
Okay, thank you. Is that the same as this? Okay, this is what you just read?
Yes. And I'm going to speak for one of our victims' mother here. Her name is Lindsay.
She actually signed up and is yielding her time.
She will break down and she will not be able to finish. So one of my constituents and victim of Ulster County Family Court, and I know I can't say the judge, but it's one of the judges there, has an impeccable background. She is in the court and too destroyed to speak. He's destroyed her life, literally destroyed her life. She is a veteran, a marathon runner, and has never had any sort of drug or alcohol history or issue with the law. She was the primary caretaker and appreciated as such by her estranged husband for the duration of his first child, 1 decade. Suddenly, after an abusive marriage, when she left, her estranged husband, who had the same judge and the same law guardian, who I can't say, for custody with previous mother of first child, basically she has to have them recused, and they refused, and it continued to go on, and she lost her children. She lost her 3 beautiful children. They forced her to be supervised. She never sees them. Her brother died, and her abusive addiction, DWI proven record ex-husband, basically what has happened is he's got the rights, but because his family has a lot of money, and he's a drug addict and an alcoholic who gets into car accidents and continues to have the 3 children who I've supervised her children to keep an eye on things. And we court watch. We know what's going on throughout this entire system. And basically, her children are crying. They want their mother. They cling to her. I have to go in the bathroom to cry because it's a horrible thing. And I see this day in and day out. It's not gender bias, by the way, because it happens to males, too. Many, many fathers we defend as well. It seems to be criminal and drug addict and abuser friendly. That's what it seems to be. And it keeps us in the courts in a rotating cycle to keep going back because it's taking taxpayers' money and it's making money because there's definitely something going on with the finances that are keeping us in a rotating door in family court. And then CPS gets involved because that's part of the plan to keep people going and going and going and fighting for their children, because what are you going to fight for in this life more than anything in this world? So I hope this has touched your heart in such a way that you make haste to make some changes, because we need accountability in there immediately. We need accountability in CPS. We need oversight, and we need a jury in these courtrooms. It's not fair to have one judge make all the decisions. Thank you very, very much.